Hey guys, I got something to show you today, and it's I know we've been sketching shapes, boxes, and cans, and it's like, why would we sketch boxes and cans? And well, trust me, we're just trying to get the basics. So these are some of the things that will help you become better at looking at things, seeing them the way they really are, so that you can draw them more accurately. So, for example, I got this little piece of PVC pipe. Now we've been talking about perspective. You can see I got two lines today. Uh-oh, what's that about? I've got the horizon line or the eye level, okay? Now remember, this is about where the camera is viewing this picture. If I set the camera on the floor, what's called like an ant's eye view, like a little ant walking around, then that line would be way down by the floor and I would be towering up above you like a giant, okay? And those are different views, but this is pretty much a traditional view. Now, this line right here, it crosses the horizon line, and that means that the camera is directly right there in our scene. That is where the viewer, that's your viewpoint, where those lines intersect, okay? So back to this pipe. So I want to show you how we make a cylinder look like it's a cylinder and not some sort of tall square or rectangular box. So if you look at the blue line, it's right on the eye level. And which way is it bent? Well, it's not. It's straight. Now, how can I bend this tape? That's what this is just a line of tape. Well, obviously I could do this, but that's not what I'm talking about. I can simply raise this up, and now you watch. And this is what we talked about before. The higher this goes, the more that tape is curved like this. See? It's getting more and more curved, isn't it? Okay, and so if I bring it back down, to eye level, that line back there, it's straight. Okay, now I'll put my hand in the top of it. If I drop it down, now it's going to start to curve the other way. See? It's starting to curve up like this. Now, if you look at this curve is curved up. The bottom of it is curved up like a smile, okay, instead of a frown. Now watch this. It's not because it's really curved. We know that. Look, if I turn it over and I look at the front of the pipe again and the tape, it's still curved up. Okay? It's curved up. The bottom edge of this is curved up. And now if I take it up here again, now it's curved down like a frown. Okay? And there, look again, there I can see in the bottom of the pipe. So we talked about that already, and I'm not trying to make another video of exactly the same thing so that I can see how effective I am at boring you. The reason that I'm doing this is because it also works if I put the pipe this way, okay? And look, if I line it up on that piece of tape that is straight from where you're at, and now if I go this way, the tape starts to curl that way, okay? I go back to the line and it's straight. Now if I go this way, okay, it starts to curve like that. Okay, so the center starts to curve away from the viewpoint. And again, we'll show you again. It's curved away. Okay. Now, this next assignment that we're going to do is going to require us to do a lot of thinking about that. And that's why we're having the assignment. The other way that I can see, here's the straight tape again. The other way that I can make that tape bend, according to your viewpoint, is I can move the pipe. Now see here, the top of the tape is right on that line, but the middle of the tape curves away because the pipe has been moved. I can move it the other way. Now, why am I saying that? Well, if we were doing a drawing of this pipe, that might be a good assignment. If we were doing a drawing of this pipe and I wanted to make it look like it tilted back and went back this way, then all of these curves where there's a cap or a fitting on the end or the end of the pipe, all of those curves are going to curve that way because the pipe is going away from us that way. Okay? Or if I turn it this way, and I'll turn my whole body with it this time. See, now it curves the other way. Okay? Now, I have a couple different sections of pipe. First of all, let me show you. So, I mean, yeah, this is like adult Legos, I guess you could say, or plumber Legos. So, these fittings, you know, the pipe, and they can be glued together. This one's not glued together, but they fit fairly snug. So pipes go together quite often with a section of straight pipe and then fittings. Like this would be a connector for two straight pipes. This is called a 90 degree, okay, because it turns from straight this way to straight up, so it's 90 degrees. I have another one here that's, I believe that's a 45 degree because it only turns the pipe halfway, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to look at what happens to these lines as I move it. See, if I turn it this way, the line goes that way, but the very same pipe, if I turn it this way, the line goes this way, okay? I know you're sure spending a lot of time talking about pipes, Mr. O'Neill. What's going on here? Okay, here's another example. Now, the other thing is, if it comes towards us, okay, and this is a good example, it tends to appear to get bigger, okay? It's not actually getting bigger. If it goes away from us, it starts to look like it gets smaller, okay? And the more it goes away from us, the smaller it gets, or the more it goes close to us, the bigger it gets, okay? So watch this. So look at that. That takes up almost half the screen, okay? Now, my head is not taking up half the screen, but if I bring this pipe back to my head, the pipe is not quite as big across as my head is, but look, if I have it close to us, it's way bigger, okay? So close gets big, farther away gets small. Look how small it is back here. Remember that thing that was bigger than my head? Now look at it. Here's my head. It's like not even quite half as big as my head. Now it's bigger than me completely, okay? So what happens when one pipe goes in front of the other one? Well, it's going to be slightly bigger, and it's going to be in front, and you're going to not be able to see the other one when it's behind it. Same thing like this. What happens if it goes around behind? Ooh, look at that. Okay, so we're going to draw some things like this in just a moment. We're going to have an assignment that has us having these pipes. Now, so take a look at these fixtures, okay? There's also one that I don't have, that I can't show you right now. It's called a T. And a T is where one pipe goes in and then it, like there would be one pipe that would go in and then two pipes would come out like a T. It actually makes a T. All right, so another chance to look at this. What if this was what if this was coming towards us? Look at the direction of all those lines, okay? Like a bazooka here. Fire! So see this line right here, how it's curving out? This line, how it's curving out? All these lines because it's coming towards us and going that way. But look, now it's straight. So the ones in the middle are fairly straight, but the ones over here curve this way. The ones over here curve the other way. But now look, now it's going away from us. And all of those lines on this one, especially the tape, you can see it there, are going that way. Okay? So, I'm going to have this video probably by itself. We go up and down, it's the same thing. We got the level line right at eye level, but then as it goes up, they start to curve up like a frown. Switch them around, and it goes down. Then they start to have like curve up like a smile. Okay. Okay. So that's going to be our example of what do cylinders do depending on where they are. When you do your drawing, you're probably going to want to sketch a slight vertical line in the middle, and then eye level line just maybe really lightly to help you figure out where those lines are going to go. Okay, so I'm going to keep this video separate so that while you're doing your drawings that we're about to do, if you want, you can go back and watch this video and just look at the pipes, and you can pause it. And when you're drawing yours, you can say, okay, if it goes up this way, I got to do it like that. If it goes down here, I got to do it. Okay, so good luck, and stay tuned for that assignment.